decide who's going first.
Bat is a boy. Bat's real name is Bixby Alexander Tam. Bat likes vanilla and lemon yogurt. Bat likes animals too. Janie is Bat's older sister. Bat does not like loud noises. Bat came from his school and was hungry. Bat searched in the fridge for vanilla and lemon yogurt. Then he smacked the door. Janie had the last one. He flapped. Bat is a boy. His real name is Bixby Alexander Tam. Bat likes vanilla and lemon yogurt. Bat likes animals too. Janie is Bat's older sister. Bat doesn't like loud noises. Bat came from his school and was hungry. Bat searched in the fridge for vanilla and lemon yogurt. Then he smacked the door and Janie had the last one. Bat yelled and said, "I'm hungry." He flapped his arms and Janie said, "Fine, I'll make a peanut butter jelly sandwich." Bat yelled and said, "I'm hungry." He flapped his arms and Janie said, "Fine, I'll make a peanut butter and jellies." After Bat finished his sandwich, then he went to his room. His favorite place in the world was his bedroom, but no one messed up his room but him. Bat's mom messed his drawers. Bat has a sign that says, "Please knock." Bat loved the word miscellaneous. His older sister has neat writing than Bat, so his sister wrote the sign. After school, he reads his encyclopedia. It was 5:15. Mom was supposed to be back at 5 o'clock. Bat felt like calling the police. Bat went to Janie and said, "I want to call the police." Janie asked why. Is it an emergency? It was an emergency for Bat. After Mom came back, Bat was standing at the door angry. Mom saw Bat angry at the door. Mom came to Bat and said, "Sorry, I was late. Mom came to Bat and said, "Sorry, I was late. I couldn't bring vanilla and lemon yogurt." Then Mom went to the back of the car. She opened the trunk and took out a box with holes on it. Bat was excited. He tried to guess it. Then Janie was interested. Mom put the box on the table. Bat was excited. Mom opened the lid. It was a baby skunk. Bat wanted to pick up the baby skunk. Mom explained how it was an orphan and skunk died. Bat said, "Awesome, that one survived." Mom let Bat pick up the baby skunk. She smiled at Bat with her sore cheeks. Mom put the box on the table. Bat was excited. Mom opened the lid. It was a baby skunk. Bat wanted to pick it up. Mom explained how it was an orphan and skunk died. Bat said, "Awesome, that this one survived." Mom let Bat pick up the baby skunk. She smiled at Bat with sore cheeks. Janie asked Mom, "Can it spray?" "No," answered Mom. "It is too little to spray." Janie told Mom she wants to go to Ezra's house. "Okay," said Mom, "but come back after 1 hour." Okay, she said. Janie grabbed her backpack and went. "Bye," said Bat, staring at the baby skunk. Mom said, "Time to feed the baby skunk." Mom fed the baby skunk puppy formula. That was the closest formula to skunk formula. Bat yelled, "I want to feed it." "Okay," said Mom, "but be careful. Its cute tiny tongue licked the milk. After a month, the skunk had to go to wild. The next morning, Bat got up and was ready for going to school. It was a Friday like every other Friday. Mom locked the door and got into the car. Then Bat got into the car and shoved into the middle seat. Bat said bye to Janie as she walked to her college. Bat's school was 2.3 miles away from his house. Mom drove Bat to his school and said bye as Bat walked through the hallway. The principal said Bat and waved at Bat. Then Bat saw a guy with red glasses and a girl with a ball. Bat saw two students from his class taking off their boots. Bat liked Mr. Grayson for some reasons. It was a Friday, and on Fridays, Bat's class plays payday. The class chooses a banker, then you pay $200 to the banker. Bat liked the class pet, Baby Cakes the rabbit. He went to Baby Cakes. In the way, he was missing the baby skunk. The students were playing play. Bat liked Mr. Grayson for some reasons. It was a Friday, and on Fridays, Bat's class plays payday. The class chooses a banker, then you pay $200 to the banker. Bat liked the class pet, Baby Cakes the rabbit. He went to Baby Cakes. In the way, he was missing the baby skunk. The student payday. 5 minutes, said Mr. Grayson. When 5 minutes were done, Bat had to go and play payday even though he didn't want. It was the end of school. Dad was waiting for Bat. When Bat came out of his classroom, Dad called him Sport. Dad called Bat Sport even though he didn't like sports or watching sports. Bat got in the car. Dad asked Bat, want some cocoa? Then Bat went to the shop and got hot chocolate. The hot chocolate spilled on his shirt. They picked up Janie and went to Dad's apartment. The slow cooker had made dinner for them. It was a Monday afternoon. Mrs. Kiko rang the bell. Bat came out. When he was waiting for Mom, Mr. Grayson came and put his hand on Bat's shoulder. Bat turned around, then they started talking. When Mom came, she yelled Bat's name, Bat. He got in the car and asked Mom, is the skunk home? Yes, said Mom. Back at home, he looked at the enclosure for the skunk. It was nothing like Baby Cake's enclosure. Bat thought a name for the skunk. He thought of Stripes because he asked, don't skunks have stripes? But Bat could not find Stripes. He opened the gate and put his hand through the enclosure. He said, I found him. Janie thought Thor because the Thunder God used to celebrate Thor's day, and now we call it Thursday. And the skunk was born on Thursday. They ate dinner. Janie went to the shower. She took a shower and came out. Bat asked Mom, can the skunk sleep with me? You might squeeze it. I would never do that. Fine. I can sleep with it here. It needs me to feed it. No, said Mom. I'll take care of it. You are charged to feed it in the morning. Bat was supposed to be gone to bed, but he got his animal encyclopedia and was reading his book. He flipped through the book until he got to the S section and found skunks. He read some questions and answers. In there, he found a skunk specialist. His name was Dr. Jerry Drago. Then he read the questions. Mr. Grayson asked him, "Do you want to email him?" "Sure," said Bat. He really wanted to meet Dr. Jerry Drago. Bat would rather go with Mom when Mom has to go back to work at the clinic. Bat tried to not ask too many questions. Mom's clinic's name was Verillo Tam DVM. Mom's clinic is just a brick building. When Mom came inside the clinic, Bat followed Mom. In the waiting room, Bat saw a old lady went up to the lady and asked her, "What animal do you have in that cage?" "It's my cat, Pickles. It's the baby skunk." "Can I hold it?" asked Bat. "Sure, I even have to bat the dogs." "Okay." It was dinner. Thor was in his enclosure. Bat asked, "What's for dinner?" "It's spaghetti and meatballs," replied Mom. Is there garlic bread?" said Bat. "Oh yes, it's in the oven. It might be ready." Janie went to take it out. After they had their dinner, they all went to bed. After 5 days, Bat wanted to thank Janie for naming the baby skunk. So he took Janie's unicorn top out of the laundry basket. A few hours later, Janie couldn't find her top. Bat came and took it out of Thor's enclosure. She did not like the smell. She slammed her door. Mom said, "I'll teach you how to do laundry." The next day, Bat went to school. He was having math problems. Bat's brain was focused on something else. Luca thought he was thinking about the dumb skunk. Bat said, "It's not dumb." Israel said, "Once we went to camping and a skunk sprayed on my dog." Bat was thinking about horrible things like if he got stolen. "It's okay. Thor would not get stolen." On Saturday morning, Dad cleaned the dishes. Dad took out Bat and Janie's bikes. They all went to the candy store. Dad liked the candy store. There were lots of gummies there. Bat did not like gummies, but he always took one of the Sea Star gummy. Some people did not take all the colors of the M&Ms. Bat took only green and blue M&Ms. At night, Janie came out of the bathroom with her PJs on. Janie was about to braid her hair when Bat asked, "Can I do it?" "No," said Janie. "Let him try," said Bat. "It's perfect," said Janie. Janie asked Mom, "Can it spray?" "No," answered Mom. It is too little to spray." Janie told Mom she wants to go to Ezra's house. "Okay," said Mom, "but come after 1 hour." Okay, said Janie. Janie grabbed her backpack and went. "Bye," said Bat, staring at the baby skunk. Mom said, "Time to feed the baby skunk." Mom fed the baby skunk puppy formula. That was the closest formula to skunk formula. Bat yelled, "I want to feed it." Okay, said Mom, "but be careful." Its cute tiny tongue licked the milk. After a month, the skunk had to go to wildlife rescue. Next morning, Bat got up and was ready for going to school. It was a Friday like every other Friday. Mom locked the door and got into the car. Then Bat got into the car and shoved in the middle seat. Bat said bye to Janie as she walked to her college. Bat's school was 2.3 miles away from his. Mom drove Bat to his school and said bye. As Bat walked through the hallway, the principal said Bat and waved at Bat. Then Bat saw a guy with red glasses and a girl with a ball. Bat saw two students from his class taking off their boots. Bat liked Mr. Grayson for some reasons. It was a Friday, and on Fridays, Bat's class plays payday. The class chooses a banker, then you pay $200 to the banker. Bat liked the class pet, Baby Cakes, the rabbit. He went to Baby Cakes in the way he thought he was missing the baby skunk. The students were playing payday. 5 minutes, said Mr. Grayson. When 5 minutes were done, Bat had to go and play payday, even though he didn't want to. It was the end of school. Dad was waiting for Bat. When Bat came out of his classroom, Dad called him Sport. Dad called Bat Sport even though he didn't like sports or watching sports. Bat got in the car. Dad asked Bat, "Want some cocoa?" Then Bat went to the shop and the hot chocolate spilled on his shirt. They picked up Janie and went to Dad's apartment. The slow cooker had made dinner for them. It was a Monday afternoon. Mrs. Kiko rang the bell. Bat came out when he was waiting for Mom. Mr. Grayson came and put his hand on Bat's shoulder. Bat turned around. Then they started talking. When Mom came, she yelled Bat's name, "Bat!" He got in the car and asked Mom, "Is the baby skunk home?" "Yes," said Mom. When Bat got home, he looked at the enclosure for the skunk. It was nothing like Baby Cake's enclosure. Bat thought a name for the skunk. He thought of Stripes because he asked, "Don't skunks have stripes?" But Bat could not find Stripes. He opened the gate and put his hand through the enclosure. He said, "I found him." Janie thought Thor because the thunder god used to celebrate Thor's Day, and now we call it Thursday, and the skunk was born on Thursday. They ate dinner. Janie went to the shower. She took a shower and came out. Bat asked Mom, "Can the skunk sleep with me?" "No," said Mom. "You might squeeze it." "I would never do that." "Fine. Can I sleep with it here?" "It needs me to feed it." "No," said Mom. "I'll take care of it. You are charged to feed it in the morning." Bat was supposed to be gone to bed, but he got his animal encyclopedia and was reading his book. He flipped through the book until he got to S section and found skunks. He read some questions and answers. In there, he found a skunk specialist. His name was Dr. Jerry Dragoon. Then he read the questions. He was looking for, do skunks make good pets? The next day, Bat went to school and did not go outside at recess. Then Israel came up to Bat and asked for him to play Foursquare. Then he read the questions. He was looking for, do skunks make good pets? The next day, Bat went to school and did not go outside at recess. Then Israel came up to Bat and asked for him to play Foursquare. He really wanted to meet Dr. Jerry Dragoon. Bat would rather go with Mom when Mom has to go back to work at the clinic. Bat tried to not ask too many questions. Mom's clinic's name was Verily Tam DVM. Mom's clinic is just a brick building. When Mom came inside the clinic, Bat followed Mom in the waiting room. Bat saw an old lady and went up to the old lady and asked her, "What animal do you have in that cage?" "It's my cat, Pickles." When Bat saw Lawrence, he went up to him. Lawrence was the only one who calls Bat boy. Lawrence was holding a pouch with something in it. "It's the baby skunk. Can I hold it?" asked Bat. "Sure. I even have to bat the dogs." "Okay." It was dinner. Thor was in his enclosure. Bat asked, "What's for dinner?" "It's spaghetti and meatballs," Mom replied. "Is there garlic bread?" said Bat. "Oh yes, it's in the oven. It might be cooked." Jamie went to take it out. After they had their dinner, they all went to bed. After 5 days, Bat wanted to thank Janie for naming the baby skunk Thor. So he took Janie's unicorn top out of the laundry basket. A few hours later, Janie couldn't find her top. Bat came and took it out of Thor's enclosure. She didn't like the smell. She slammed her door. Mom said, "I'll teach you how to do laundry."